Hey guys, Uncle Ray. Welcome to another episode of the Crypto Bellwether. I don't always tell you what you want to hear, but I tell you what you need to hear to make an informed decision. And if you own XRP or if you're thinking about stacking some more XRP, you need to hear me out in this video. Now, this information is something that everyone needs to understand, and it's going to come from straight from the source. We're going to go through some information that a ex-board member gave us, and then the information that Brad threw at us straight from him. So we're going to dive into that, guys. Do with this information as you will. But it comes from the need for people to be informed, because I'm working with people one-on-one, and I'm trying to help them get a game plan to cut through the hype and the FOMO so that they will have the best chance to capitalize on the next bull run. And from working with them one-on-one and looking at their portfolios, a lot of them have positioned themselves in bad scenarios, and it's because of a lot of it is because of the misinformation and believing the FOMO from all these influencers in the XRP community. And it's not everyone, but there are a lot that just spin and hype up XRP, and quite frankly, they don't understand economics. They don't understand tokenomics, like our supply and demand or any of that stuff, and they're getting people wrecked. And I'm going to start calling more of them out, and it's going to start with this video, because guys, I actually care about my community, and I get triggered when I see people and things that I care about getting abused. And that's the way I see misinformation, especially when they know it's misinformation and they know that people are counting on them. Anyway, let's dive into it. And like I said, it's coming straight from the source. Now, this first video is a podcast where they were interviewing the ex-board member, Zoe Cruz. She was a board member for 2 years for Ripple. Now, this was 2 years ago, but the good thing about this video is she made some statements that now we can see how they're panning out. So stay with me. But the biggest thing I want to bring to your attention is the part that I can almost promise you everyone missed, because this video is one of the most positive videos you would ever watch, and I'll leave a link down below. Now, this comes from Crypto Eerie, and this is not a reflection on her channel whatsoever. This is great information, and it's very positive, because she just let you watch the podcast and brought it to our attention. However, most people watching that missed the most important understanding, and that's one thing that I'm about to bring to your attention with her, and then we'll bring something that Brad has to say to your attention that people miss, and then they make positive information, which is positive, but they turn it into some bizarre FOMO, and that's the part I want everyone to be able to understand. So in this video, she's talking about how basically, look, I came on board with Ripple and wanted to be a part of it because it's great technology. They're trying to change the world. They've picked an avenue that I think they can win, and she said they are going to dominate banking the unbanked, and they're going to dominate cross-border payments. And she said we already are. Now, right before I started watching, the first thing I'm going, okay, I got to understand where this information's coming from. She is going to probably be a little biased, and that's fine, but that just tells me personally I'm going to have to get the other side of the equation, because someone can tell me that their football team's going to win the Super Bowl, but I'm going to go dig into the other team before I place my bet, and I highly recommend everyone do that in crypto. Don't just be biased or tribal, because you're going to get wrecked, in my opinion. Not financial advice. But let's hear what she had to say.
For which they really created a market. What else is out there? What do you think would be the sort of bet for a company like Ripple?
Well, look, I think they chose a space, the cross-border payment space, high volume, low value, not the Morgan Stanley, Goldman Sachs space.
Did you hear what she just said? High volume, low value. That's not the big boy lion's share cross-border payments. And then what you say, oh, we're not going over into the Morgan Stanley, Goldman Sachs. She should have said JP Morgan arena. No, we're going to stay down here. They know their place. And she said, we're going to dominate that. What she means by that is they're looking to dominate, like if someone is from another country and they move to America without their family or whatever, and they send money back home. That's the space they're looking to dominate with the banks, which that's great. And guys, this is not FUD, and this is not me ragging on Ripple or XRP. You know, this is an honest conversation. I think Ripple will be a Fortune 100 corporation, and I think XRP, the token and the XRP ledger, I think it will do well. I don't think it's going to make me independently wealthy with my bag of XRP because I have an understanding of the competition and what the lion's share looks like and who is holding that. And that's the legacy banking system and the big Wall Street brokerage houses like JP Morgan. And here's the fact, this is 2-year-old video. So how are they doing? Who has the lion's share? Who is dominating right now of banking the unbanked? Well, I went down the rabbit hole. Guess who it is? It's not Ripple. It's Bitcoin and the Lightning Network. 10xing what Ripple is doing in that space. Then you got like XLM with MoneyGram. You got what Swift does. Guys, Ripple's not even a major player whatsoever in cross-border payments right now. That doesn't mean they won't get their share, but they will not get the lion's share, in my opinion. But look, I follow the money, guys, because I used to be an insider. I worked with Bear Stearns. And I understand that the governments, primarily the U.S. government, the central banks and Wall Street, pick winners and losers. Well, guys, they're picking themselves. JP Morgan right now is the #1 player that moves the most money around the world. And that includes everything, cross-border payments, moving money around in the repo market on their private blockchain, or doing credit card payments. People don't even know that. They dominate that sector. And so when you hear something like this, people run out and go, hey, there's going to flip a switch and the whole world is going to use XRP rails and they're going to dominate banking. Look, it came from a board member. Well, guys, get your information from the competitors as well before you FOMO into stacking the wrong bag. All right. Now, again, I own XRP and this is not financial advice. Here's the information if you want more on Bitcoin. But look at this. Bitcoin is poised to blow up Africa's 86 billion banking system by banking the unbanked. Google it, guys. Go down that rabbit hole. Now, here's another thing so that's one thing I want people to understand. That's the first part. I want you to understand the game that Ripple is trying to play. They are trying to get into the banking, cross-border banking and the unbanked and with their new technology and all that. But it's highly competitive. And think about this, guys. The lion, the group that's getting the lion's share of banking, they're the ones with the power to weaponize the SEC against Ripple, in my opinion. Now, check this out because this is going to seem extremely positive, just like the last video. But when you cut through what it really means, it is positive, but it's not. It shouldn't be the FOMO, and it shouldn't turn into an unbelievable amount of misinformation. Let's listen to what Brad has to say.
If anything, we're trying to throttle growth right now. The demand is outstripping really our ability to serve that demand right now. In Q2, which was obviously a tough quarter for crypto at large, was a record quarter for Ripple. We obviously care a lot.
Now I want you to think about what he said in Q2 of last year. And I remember I read the report. Guys, they set all kinds of records. They made, I can't remember, but it was in the billions of dollars. Their ODL is absolutely exploding. And he basically just said, look, we can't even keep up with the demand. And guys, I'm here to tell you, I did my homework and I can't get it exactly, but roughly from everything that I figured out, Ripple at that time was growing at about 27% a year. Well, if you understand Wall Street, or if you've ever owned your own business, for a company that size, for them to grow at a 27% clip is all world. It's massive, and you can't sustain it because the bigger you get, you're going to slow down. But even a company that can do 10 or 12% is normally like a technology company like that got founded in 2000. It's a powerhouse type process. That's what like Tesla and Amazon did in the early days. It's absolutely massive. So why is that not like extremely bullish? Well, when you get to the net, yeah, Ripple's growing by 27%. That's phenomenal. But the XRP token is not. And that's why you see Ripple growing leaps and bounds, and you don't see a lot of movement in the XRP token. Which brings me to the point that the inflation rate of XRP is 24%. So what that means is every year you have to have 24% new 24% increase in demand for the XRP token to stay where it's at. Now, even though Ripple's growing by 27%, roughly 75% of everything they do as far as income has nothing to do with XRP. So the rest of that increase in demand has to come from the XRP ledger and that ecosystem. But either way, guys, to maintain 24% of the demand is huge. And that's, again, answers that old question is, why is Ripple making so much money and setting all these records, but it's not reflected in the token? Well, guys, I got news for you. It's not because of the court case. Now, that does hold them back some, but it's because technically they are growing. The token is growing, but they are adding supply every single day to the XRP token. Now, here's the last thing, guys, and this is really important, and I've actually heard him say this before, and the people that are triggered right now, you are the one that he's talking to.
And we're here. Well, but like, look, what I think, and I know we're kind of kidding around in the mean tweets. Look, the thing that I find frustrating is people throw shit out there, and it's like, that's not even true. Let's all combat tribalism. It doesn't help any.
You hear what he said, guys? I'm on board with that. Stop the tribalism, and half this stuff they throw out there isn't even true. That is why I'm making this video. Now, that being said, guys, I'm here for you. And if you think you need help building out your portfolio or getting a game plan that will help you capitalize on the next bull run, I'm working with people one-on-one. And right now, for $250, you're going to have 3 to 5 different conversations with me over the phone or through Zoom. And we are going to work through your portfolio, your thought process, and we're going to create a roadmap and some rules and guidelines that you can use to take advantage of the next bull run. And we're going to build that to meet your temperament and your risk reward type level. And if you want to do that, I'll leave a link in the comment section. I'll pin it and I'll leave it in the description. Either way, guys, that's all I got for you. Be careful where you get your information, because there's so many biased people out there, and they just try to get you to FOMO into their project, whether it's XRP or another one, and then it hypes up their project, their bag, and their channel, because they'll tell you what you want to hear. Guys, I'm not that guy. I'm Uncle Ray, and I'm going to tell you what you need to hear every single time. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. We got a lot more great information coming. It is such an exciting time to be in crypto. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. And either way, guys, hit that like button and come back, be part of this community. Take care.